Good morning and welcome to Wake Up. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate here on a Monday morning. This is episode 21.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Mike. All we need is Mary and I don't know, another M, and we're on our way here today. We've got some, as always, we've got some great stuff planned to help you kick off the week. We're going to share what we're working on. We're going to talk a little bit about mortgage rates and where things are headed, social post of the day. And I want to dig into the automated follow-up campaign for a new lead generation pipeline that I've got going, because that's gotten some great initial engagement and replies and active leads going. So lots of good stuff here, lots of good stuff. And we'd be remiss. Ryan asked me not to, but Mark brought it up. So
Thanks.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah.
It's Ryan's birthday. He caught me. He and I just so not that coincidentally are
Couple
born.
of weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks apart. So all right. Huge favor, like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell to be notified of new sessions like this so you never miss them live or on the on the repeat or on the replay. And if you're listening on the podcast version of this, please subscribe, rate, and review on there as well. And I've been pleasantly surprised, or pleasantly encouraged by the amount of downloads we're getting on the podcast.
We're getting downloads?
We're getting downloads.
Cool.
We're getting downloads. So it's growing, and quite transparently, like this is built in accountability. This show is built in accountability for Ryan and I, because we got to do stuff to have stuff to talk about on the show, right?
Yeah.
And so that keeps us going and moving forward. So number one, because we gotta kickstart the algorithm a little bit, and we want to help all of you maybe get some get some referrals going, or get the creative juices flowing so you can see what other people are doing. Go ahead and comment below with your website URL, like your real estate website URL. Do you have a fancy custom domain? Is it just the out-of-box one? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Comment below with your website URL so that we can all share the love a little bit.
And also mention when you comment the website, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with your website? It seems everybody wants to change their website, and I personally think it really doesn't matter in most cases, but I'd like to hear.
I would say that, it doesn't matter as much as maybe most of us want to believe it does.
Yeah, because most people are looking at your website on mobile. They're just seeing the stuff that's there, and you're driving traffic to pages that they're not really pretty.
Yep.
They're properties.
Yep. So comment below. Chris already did. Houses for sale, Delaware. I'm going to assume that's .com. Andrew, findhomesinohio.com. Good stuff. I've got several sites because I can't help myself. And I get shiny object syndrome. So I've got buyingcentralpa.com. I've got centralpadreamhomes.com. I've got hamdentownship.living.com. Anyway.
I was trying to visit them all. I'm not that fast though.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. So keep them coming below. Comment below your website URL, your website address for your local real estate practice. What's next up on the docket here, Ryan?
I just had the quick social post today, and I got lazy and stole one, but I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? I stole one from Andrew, who just commented his website. Andrew Robinson did a cool post. I'm gonna keep stealing your stuff, Andrew. There it is. It's a quick short, right? I assume that you did. I don't know where you initially posted this, Andrew. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on LinkedIn. So you're syndicating it, but it's just a great little post about expansion takes and water heaters. And this video, the spiffy editing aside, is something we could all do in just a minute. Don't stress out about the great editing and the text and everything, but just go stand next to something in the house and explain it. Simple idea.
Or do like we shared on Thursday. Go back to episode 19. We talked about short form videos, how to create those, and specifically use green screens to have an article, an article from your local newspaper, right? Whether it's talking about real estate We're talking about, you know, a new place that opened. I mentioned Mr. Sticky's last week, which is a sticky bun shop. That place was hopping last week when it opened on Friday. It was, I mean, the line was out the door.
You can't say that business name without me laughing. Do they know?
Well, I don't know. They're yeah, I don't know.
They sound fun.
They're from Lancaster. They're probably Amish or Mennonite. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, but the idea is, you know, don't stress about it, right? You are all content experts in some way, shape, or form, and you all have opinions or thoughts around things happening in your market. Just turn on the camera, talk for 30 to 60 seconds, and get it out there. Get it out there, and if more than one people watch it, it's well worth it. Well worth it.
So moving along, Josh, I just want to get some of the updates out of the way, and then we'll get into the core of the content today. Just want to mention to everybody, I've been working hard on the Wake Up site. I got this plugin here that's causing mayhem, but we added a few new things over the past few days, and specifically under the swipes, templates, R&D section. We're posting the social post of the day, which we were doing. Josh, I'm putting your motivation images up here every day.
I got a good one today. Yeah. So guys, you can come in here and grab these and share these if you want very easily. The scripts and templates will all be under here, emails, text, things like that. And then images and videos, we're working on building out a library of these things that you can use in ads or in your posts and things like that. So more and more to come. Just make sure you're on the Wakeup.Realestate site. If you're not already subscribed, you'll see a call to action, like a coffee is for closers call to action on there, and get your free coffee as well. So look at this, Ryan. Andrew. Ooh. From that video, I mean, this is phenomenal. And if this doesn't encourage you to get a little uncomfortable and create some short form content, I don't know what will or what does. 1,600 views on Instagram, 4,600 on Facebook, 1,300 on YouTube. Okay. Does that mean that your first one is going to do that? No, but that's what's possible. And let's be honest. The topic of that video is not exactly, I don't know, exhilarating, whatever you want. It's a relatively mundane topic, all things considered, but it is home and real estate related. So kudos there. But like, it doesn't have to be something super sexy or you know, controversial or anything like that. He was talking about the expansion tank on your water heater, you know? So really good.
And stuff. Those are all little micro touches that are keeping you top of mind. Just tiny little blips, your name associated with real estate.
Yep. I've been listening a lot to Alex Hormozi videos, his podcast. He's got a couple of great books, and the way you're putting another deposit into your bank of goodwill. You're putting another deposit into your bank of goodwill, so that every once in a while, when you do ask something of your audience, that they're way more willing to go out of their way and try to help facilitate, whether it's a referral or whether it's, you know, a recommendation or whatever the case may be. So
thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah. The happy birthday wishes continue to flood in for Ryan. So thankfully, I think we started the show after my birthday. So I got to avoid that narrowly.
I think you escaped it. I think it was your birthday, but it was briefly.
But it didn't even come up. Good. All right. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at Mortgage Minute. Let's take a look at the rates and so forth. And then I've got a great recommendation for after the show for those of you who are interested.
Yeah. Well, stock market up, bond yields down, 10-year treasury down, rates come down a little bit. I'm hoping so, Josh. I'm in the middle of getting this mortgage going, you know, so I want come on down, baby. My personal life here.
So they came down a little bit the last one day, right? Basically from Friday to today. They're still up slightly a week over week, and they're up slightly month over month. And they're obviously up considerably year over year. Has that
ever happened 3% a year? It's crazy. Probably in the 80s.
I'm sure it has. Everything that, you know, I don't know. Quite often the things that we think are like these unprecedented things, and maybe some of them are, but oftentimes there's historical precedent for just about everything that we see. It may not be a direct correlation, but I think oftentimes There's that old adage, history repeats itself, right?
And Josh, can I share a little bit about a mortgage program I'm doing with a mortgage program that I'm exploring with Nexa?
Please do, because that's a perfect tie-in to what I was going to mention next.
Yeah. Just I don't know if this is going to go through, but it appears Nexa is offering a cash out refi based on the property loan with no income, as long as your credit score is good.
Yep.
So we're looking at that. We're comparing the rate of that versus a DSCR directly on a property. But just know that these things are out there right now, guys. So
that's a perfect segue. So every Monday we do something in my organization called the Monday Marketing Mastermind. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern, so it's after the show. And we've been doing them since, I don't know, early November, let's say. And today's topic is non-QM loans, okay, which just is a fancy way of saying non-traditional mortgage programs, of which Ryan just mentioned an example of that. And we have a special guest on today. There's no cost to attend. We have a special guest on today, and he's going to be talking about some of those non-traditional mortgage options, DSCR, bank statement, P&L. We may even get briefly into that program that Ryan mentioned, but loans for self-employed folks, business owners, investors, 1099, right? So loans that if you as a real estate agent are looking to buy an investment property that you may qualify for, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive on that, or at least sharing examples of that, and then have open Q&A. And if you want to join us for that, you can register. Again, it's totally free. And you can go to nonqmclass.com.
You're fancy.
I know.
You're buying domains left and right.
I know. Listen, well, you and I mean, we've got who knows how many domains we've bought over the years. But if you go to that, and if you're watching this after the fact, if you missed the live session, if you go after the fact, you'll get immediate access to the replay. We're gonna set that up so that you'll get immediate access to that replay. Look at that.
That's that landing page. An EventBrite page.
Oh yeah. Which, by the way, there's a lesson in and of itself. In fact, that's definitely going to be an upcoming session, whether it's a Tech Tip Thursday and then a deep dive, how you can use EventBrite to promote local homebuyer workshops, special financing workshops, or investor workshops, home seller workshops.
Yeah, I'm curious.
That platform is super powerful.
I'm curious about that, because why not just do a Facebook event? But maybe there's reasons. We'll get to that.
There are a great many reasons, and we'll get to that.
Cool.
We'll get to that in the future. I would still use a Facebook event, but I would drive them to EventBrite, and we'll explain. That's a tease. I'm opening a loop there and teasing something to stay tuned to the show.
Stay tuned. Keep watching.
Yeah. All right. Canva Animation, Ryan. What do we got on this front?
I don't want to take up too much time today. I'll just mention that is on, as I was making these images on the site this weekend, I just threw a quick video up about how to kind of animate in Canva. And I'll just go and check that out, guys. But if you want to make banner ads that animate and also turn them into MP4 files in Canva, it's pretty straightforward to do. I have a little video right here from March 4th on the site, and you can watch that now instead of doing the full.
Why would they want to do an MP4 specific? This is a lead.
Oh, yeah, because when you do the image in Canva, it gives you a bunch of options. The MP4 would be for an ad,
right?
So in Facebook, if you upload the MP4, you can't post a GIF or a GIF, however you want to say it, on Facebook and have it animate. So just upload the MP4, and it becomes a video ad that kind of grabs people's attention. So. And what we're doing, Josh, is I'm putting as we get these images going, you can actually click right here, Canva template, and it'll open that specific image up, and you can use it right in Canva. So
you can edit it, or you can just take it as is and use it as it is. Absolutely. Lance, EventBrite for open houses. That's a great point, Lance. I didn't even include that as an example use of it. 100%. That is a wonderful use. And Ernest says, organic searches on EventBrite or Baller, and just
for real,
for real, that they've built a platform that now, and not only that, you can cold email through EventBrite to invite people to the event, which is one of the main reasons why I love that platform.
That organic search, just I'm curious, Ernest, do you mean you're going to show up in Google, or people are actually searching on EventBrite for events?
Both.
Okay.
Well, I'll let Ernest answer, but both of those things are true. Yeah, both of those.
Yeah, that's interesting. We should do these that way.
Well,
for our episode. That's work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that that's the best use case for it per se, but it's worth, it's worth trying. I am going to try it for, so we've got a bonus session. So, tomorrow we'll be here to be texting Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, like we are every day. And then later in the day at 1:30 Eastern, I believe, I'm doing a bonus sort of longer form session on how to take more listings using a really cool software or technology platform that is super cheap, all things considered. And I'll probably use an EventBrite to help the promotion of that.
Cool. So yeah, Ernest is killing it. 15 registrations on EventBrite. And Josh, you have a smart campaign for these lead ads we're doing here, right?
Yeah. So that's, I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk about that because, I think it's something that people often struggle with, maybe don't get the results that they'd like to see with. And so just some, hold on. So some backstory here. We launched a new campaign locally here. If you've been following along with the shows, last Tuesday, I sent my smoking hot deals email to my email database. And now that I've installed that as something I'm going to do every Tuesday, I want to make sure that every Tuesday I send those out to a larger audience than the Tuesday before. So we launched a new ad campaign. And rather than specifically, offering my smoking hot deals list, we went with an offer that we know already works to get people to raise their hand, but that perfectly ties into, this smoking hot deals idea, which is to get a list of recently priced reduced homes here in Central PA, right? So that there's a natural tie in there, and we have proof of that offer working in a number of different markets. So we went with what we know to work and launched that. And anytime you have new leads coming into your pipeline, you want to make sure that you've got some level of automated follow-up going. Because if you're out on appointment, if you're with family, if you're whatever, if you're sleeping, that there's some kind of follow-up going on. Now, I do believe that all of you should be doing manual follow-up as well, whether it's one-to-one or it's one-to-many, like sending out your smoking hot deals list, right? That you can't automate that. Each and every week, you've got to curate the list and send that out, right? Or the weekly email newsletter that I send out on Friday, which, by the way, I shot a little short form video on that you can find on the site over the weekend, showing my the one that I sent out this week and sort of quickly overviewing the content of that, like how we build that out. And if you want the kvCore smart code for that, or just the PDF examples and the walkthrough of it, it's included in there. It's in the community tab on the YouTube channel as well. Anyway, all that to say, you want to have some level of automation. And the reason why I love lead ads, or there are several reasons why I love lead ads, but you get full name, email, and in most cases, the cell phone number for the person opting in, which means you can follow up with them on multi-channel, multimedia. Okay. So all of that is to tee up the fact that this is the smart campaign that these leads are getting once they opt in. They are getting an email immediately. They're getting a voicemail 2 minutes later. They're getting a text message 3 minutes after that. They're getting another text message 7 minutes after that. Whoa. They're getting another voicemail 3 hours after that. Then the next day, they're getting email and text. The next day after that, they're getting an email. The next day after that, they're getting a voicemail. The next day after that, they're getting an email. The next day after that, they're getting a text and a voicemail. And on day 10, they're getting a text message. All of that messaging is designed to start a conversation. It's just to start a conversation. It's not to try and sell them anything, right? We can't sell through those mediums. We can't sell in a voicemail. We can try, but we won't be effective. All we're trying to do is open the lines of communication so we can identify, can I help this person? How can I help this person? And when can I help this person? Can I, how, and when? Can I, how, and when? And so
you're going to show the touches? I'm dying here. You're going to show the content?
Absolutely. But what I also want to mention is I have, from this new campaign, we've generated, I just want to get the numbers right here, less than 20 leads so far. Less than 20, something like 15 or 16. And I don't know the actual numbers here, but I can pull it up. I don't know how many have moved from new to active, which in kvCore simply means that they're engaging. But I can tell you this, that I've already had significant text and phone conversation with one of them who owns his own home, who owns a rental property, who wants to buy a new home for his family and wants to add to his rental portfolio.
And
I've spent
I'm
well under $50. Well under $50 for that one.
It hit $60 today total for the campaign.
Total. There you go.
Yeah. It's just for that one lead. You had a conversation with somebody with all that going on. That's worth $60.
Exactly. So if you have kvCore, we'll give you the whole smart campaign, the share code for it. If you don't have kvCore, we'll give you the templates for it. And I don't want to go through it, all of it, but let's share at least some of it. Right?
I'm most curious about the multiple texts within the first 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll start with the email. Okay. And this is simplicity, right? I'm simply giving them the thing they asked for. It's a simple thing, but if you don't do that, immediately the person, the prospect, the potential client is going to assume, whether consciously or subconsciously, this person is not good to their word. This is some kind of bait and switch. I'm done. I'm out of here, right? So we've got to make good on that promise, which is, hey, I'm sending you this list. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to play this or not, this voicemail. Whoops. No.
I don't know.
Hold on. Cancel. I don't know. Why is it saying remove? I guess I got to save changes. No, I don't want to do that. Are you
just refresh the whole?
Oh yeah, okay. But I don't know why it's saying remove. That's the wrong verbiage. This might work.
Hey, this is Josh Shanley with eXp Realty. Looks like you were checking out some homes on our page, and I wanted to get your custom search set up for you. Just had a quick question. If you could call or text back at 717-510-1452. That's 717-510-1452. Thanks.
Okay, so one of the things on my list today is actually to review this smart campaign to see what I might want to change or tweak about it. Now that we're getting lead flow, now that we're getting feedback. The interesting thing is the one that I've had the conversation with, he actually referenced the fact that, hey, what was the question that you had to ask me? And the question was, or is, are you looking for a home for yourself or your family, or are you looking for an investment property? His answer happened to be both, right? But that's the question that I was reaching out for. Now, to Ryan's question about the multiple texts. So this is text one. Hi, Ryan. It's Josh with eXp Realty. Thanks for stopping by our page. I just emailed you the link to all the price reduced homes available right now in Central PA. Let me know if you don't get it. And then the second one, which happened several minutes later, is also just curious. Are you looking for a specific school district? Now, I probably could reword that a little bit, but the point is the goal of that little two-step text message is to, number one, confirm that, hey, I've done the thing that you asked for. Like that thing you asked for, it's in your inbox. Please go check it. Number two is I'm asking a question for the conversation.
Yeah. And it all feels like you're just, it's not pushy at all. It's all of service. And that leads into this question here. Yeah. And that's what came to mind for me too, is what are you sending in order to avoid TCPA drama? And I think what you're sending does avoid that. It's not irritating. It's just being of service.
It's confirming they opted in. They requested that. We're using the right disclosure as far as Facebook lead ads go to be compliant in that situation, at least here in Pennsylvania, at least as far as I know. Again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not even a broker. So you want to make sure that you're doing things in a compliant fashion. But all I'm trying to do is make good on the thing that they asked for. And that said, I've had at least one, maybe two, that immediately or soon thereafter replied, stop. And we won't text anymore. And that's fine. Right? I've had that happen though. Don't just assume if someone says stop or unsubscribes by text, that they're not interested in what you offer. To some people, their text medium is very personal for them. They don't want to communicate there, but that doesn't mean that doesn't automatically mean they're not going to transact business with you. We've had many clients that we've generated or gotten through kvCore where they've unsubscribed to text, but we're able to continue to build rapport and relationship, etc.
You see them in the activity stream, searching properties. Yeah,
exactly. So don't automatically assume that if someone says stop or unsubscribes, that they're not interested in what you're offering. They may just not want you in their text inbox. That's all, right? Don't jump to conclusions. Now, it may be that they really weren't interested or whatever, or they were just curious. But many, that's not the case. They want their text privacy, let's say.
So guys, just to reiterate, this will be on the Wakeup.Realestate site. The templates, Josh, the kvCore share code.
Yep.
Okay.
And David asked, can I share the campaign? Yeah. Now, David, are you talking about, well, so he's saying the ad campaign, not necessarily the smart campaign. So let me see if I can.
I have it here. I was just looking at it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. We're testing a couple of different images and a couple of different copy variations. Okay.
You know, I'm surprised they approved this. There was a point in time when Facebook wouldn't approve images of a map because they said it would it talked about functionality that didn't exist on the site, and this functionality does exist, but they would blanket reject anything that looked like a map. So
I've never had that experience, and we've used map for years.
Yeah, so
all kinds of maps for years.
Great. So this is it though. This is simple. It's not very fancy.
It's not. It's very straightforward. And not, there's not much copy to it. And I don't know that that's the best image yet. We're going to continue to play with things. A detriment to Facebook lead ads is it is a more active platform. In other words, you can't necessarily, or in most cases, you aren't going to be able to simply set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Over time, you will see diminishing returns, and you may have to freshen up the ad with a new image or new copy, whatever, versus, for example, Google pay-per-click, where if you have some success and you can invest enough to get the data, it can actually get better over time without having to do a whole lot.
And Josh, I'm working on this similar angle on Google now, so we can share with everybody, but it's not totally sussed out yet.
Yeah.
This iteration. And this is the lead form, guys, in case you're wondering, you're not familiar with Facebook lead forms. First name, last name, email, phone. The important part of this is that you're getting an accurate phone number that Facebook has on file.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And Tanya says, I haven't set up a voice drop in kvCore bomb. So that is an additional paid service. Yep. That is an additional paid service. It's in their marketplace, right? It's not included, and they have different pricing tiers. And honestly, when I've got campaigns running, I pray for the highest tier, and I run out of credits every month. I run out of the voicemails, and whatever. It's better than nothing.
Well, from that one guy, that on some level they're being listened to.
Right. Exactly. Because he clearly listened to the voicemail because he was asking me, what's the question that you need to ask me?
My favorite use case for that feature is for those of you who have a big book of business or you're doing a lot of closings, just send a voicemail a year later or 6 months later, checking in on the closed sale. It's just checking in to see how you're doing. And that alone is well worth the cost of the investment, just to make that touch on systematically.
Yep. Soledad, when a lead text stop, do we need to do anything? No, they are removed from it. If they text stop or unsubscribe, or there's a few other words that if it's automatically set up to remove them. It's automatically set up to unsubscribe them from texts, but they would still be subscribed by email, and you're still theoretically okay to call them. Again, I don't want to prescribe or pretend like I know all of the laws or this is legal advice here. But when they do that, all that happens is they are unsubscribed from receiving text messages.
There's a lot of text message stuff coming down the pike. It could become a lot harder to text. And that's just a reason why you want to diversify your methods. So that campaign Josh shared, he's got different modalities and methods of reaching people. And you can't have the success of your business hinged solely on any one thing, but text messaging in particular could get hairy soon. So just keep that in mind.
And you know what? That you could view that as you can assign whatever meaning you want to that. And the meaning that I'm going to choose to assign is opportunity.
Yeah.
And we'll help as that happens or changes. We'll be sharing what we're doing on these shows so you can model that in your business. It means the two things right off the bat for me is it means relying more strategically on email and retargeting. Like those are the immediate two things
and content like Andrew's video today. I don't know what you would call it, but attraction marketing or growth attraction marketing or something like that.
Ernest asks, have you run any Bing ads?
Not in a while.
Yeah, me neither. We may have to play around.
You know what turned me off for Bing? The last time I went in there, I had like 20 dudes who don't speak great English, which is fine, but just these ad networks are like having these customer service reps call you, but it's like spam calls. And I was like, I'm just not going to use it. It's just too much hassle.
Yeah.
They want to sell you more of the service that you signed up for. It's weird.
Yeah. But regardless, we may need to see, because that is it gets less traffic, significantly less, but it also has less competition. So
you can just copy your campaigns from Google into Bing. It's not hard. You do the campaign in Google and you can import it straight in from the Bing dashboard. So we'll do some stuff on that eventually.
Yep. My ad spend on the ad campaign. Okay, so here's what we're still testing and playing around. What I'm currently spending a day is like $12, I think, something like that. Anytime you test a new campaign or offer like this, my recommendation, and this comes straight from Street Text, they really know their stuff when it comes to Facebook ad marketing, is a 2x2 split test. So you have two campaigns where everything is exactly the same, literally the image, everything, and whether it's $5 a day or $10 a day for each campaign, and then you have another 2 ad split test where the only thing that's different is the image. Okay, so you've got one set of 2 with one image and one set of 2 with another image. And there's a long explanation as to why, but like Facebook will show your ads to different buckets of people within the big bucket or different pockets of people. And what you're looking for is a little honey hole, right? And what we've seen most often is if you launch 4 ads like that, 2 and 2, is that 1 or 2 of them will be overwhelmingly perform better. In other words, your cost per lead will be significantly better than the other 1, 2, or 3. In some cases, they all perform really well. But in most cases, it's 1 or 2 do really well, maybe 2 or 3 do really well, and then 1 or 2 or maybe 2 or 3 don't. And then you can just try it again, or you can just run with the one that works well until it doesn't, and then do another 2 ads split test. George, of course, you can get this. I think it's in your campaign. George, this campaign is the exact campaign we have set up for yours, minus the voicemails is my guess. I don't know if you set those voicemails up, but it's already in your kvCore. You're welcome. And George is a co-marketing partner, which, by the way, gives me a perfect opportunity to tell you to go to Wakeup.Realestate /co-marketing, a video by Birthday Boy over there, explaining how the co-marketing platform works with us. And Tanya, who's also commenting below, I'm talking with her later today about that very thing. Do you help that set up when we co-brand and market with you? Perfect. Thank you for teeing that up for us. Yes, we do all of that. So for our co-marketing partners,
Mike does.
We have several qualifications several things that you have to qualify for. And one of them is to be willing to pay for ads. And if you are, we'll do all the hard stuff. We'll do all the, all the technical stuff. We'll do it for you as long as you're willing to invest into growing your database.
And those ads happen out of your dashboard.
Exactly.
There's no margin, or we're not selling ads as a service. It's just, the trade-off is you're running ads and you're doing that commitment, and then we're doing the legwork, basically.
Yeah. And Tony says, let's go. Mike, get ready for me. Mike, get ready. No, she'll be great, I'm sure. Daphne asks, are you running this through Street Text? We are not. I don't have any good reason why we're not. We just didn't this time. The platform is phenomenal. You can get a free trial, and we have a bunch of bonus resources, etc. at growwithjosh.com/ST. If you want to do this on your own, I would highly recommend you use their platform. It's not cheap, but it will save you a massive amount of frustration and hassle. And they've really got their stuff done.
Are they're teeing up lead ads through their dashboard? I'm not too familiar with that.
Yes.
Oh, very
literally
cool.
like a couple of clicks and they are submitted. And
you don't have, okay, so you don't have to deal with Zapier and all the time.
Well, you still have to zap them, but they have their built-in, they have a built-in CRM, and you don't have to figure out.
Yeah.
Like let's face it, to go and launch your own Facebook lead ad, even you and I will often get confused.
It's a pain. It's a pain it's a pain.
Or just check out Wakeup.Realestate /co-marketing, and we can chat about working together with you on that. Okay, let's come in for a landing here.
Yeah.
This is I mentioned Alex Hormozi already on today's session, and I was listening to a video of him yesterday.
You sent it to me. It was fabulous. You can share that video?
Well, I wasn't going to share the whole video, but I should. I mean, we can. You know what? We'll add that to the community page. Yeah. But the quote that he started the video with is a Warren Buffett quote, and I don't know that it wasn't like perfectly word for word how Warren said it, let's say, but you'll get the point here. And then I want to unpack the several layers of application as it relates to us as real estate agent. It's far more important the boat that you're in than how hard you row. It's far more important the boat you're in than how hard you row. What does that mean for us in real estate? Okay. The niche that we choose to serve, right? The niche that we choose to serve can be a power boat or a rowboat. The brokerage that we choose to work underneath, the business model that we choose to work underneath, that can be a yacht, and it can be a little rinky-dink boat, right? I hesitate a little bit to share this one, but the CRM you use, okay, to a certain degree, the best CRM is the one that you use, but let's face it, some of them work better than others. And you may be rowing really, really hard in a boat that's just sinking. Like all you're doing is trying to keep it from sink faster. Okay. So I think it's, the thinking work of this business is some of the hardest work that you can do. Getting clarity around what is the right direction for me to be rowing in as it relates to the current market conditions nationally, my current market conditions, what inventory is available, what skills I have, what brokerage I'm a part of.
Who needs me the most? Who can I serve the most that isn't being served by my competitors?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And Warren, the example that Alex shared specifically to Warren was he and a classmate that went to, I forget whatever school they went
Columbia.
to. Let's say it was Columbia. Okay.
Yeah.
And he and his buddy went into the steel business and theoretically had the same level of skill, education, etc. as Warren. And Warren went on to build Berkshire Hathaway, and Warren's buddy, taking nothing away from him, he may have had a great life, etc., but he could have ended up in the same place that Warren did if he had been in a different boat, chosen a different path, right? And the Zig Ziglar take on this is be careful the ladder you're climbing, right? That it's up against the right building, right? That you're not climbing a ladder to get to a destination that you really don't want, right?
And this is a tough one because there's so much opportunity out there right now. Just the way the world has gone the past 20 years, there's so many things you could do from any minute, and it's kind of hard learning to say no and being a little more discerning.
Yep, 100%, and it's something that we struggle with. We all struggle with, and we struggle with.
Yeah,
often, regularly, like morning, noon, and night, many times. So. Okay, some housekeeping items. Number one, nonqmclass.com. If you want to join us if you're watching this live in 20 minutes at 11 a.m. Eastern.
It'll be recorded.
Yep. If you're watching this after the fact, if you go there, you'll either get immediate access, or we might ask you to, I don't know. You may have to.
Oh, get the email, Josh. We need to spam people.
Well, yeah. I mean, one way or another, you'll be able to access it after the fact if you can't join us live. That's number one. Number two, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Texting Tuesday. I've got a great script to share. Specifically, actually, I think I'm going to share two, but one in particular for people that you can tell are actively looking at properties. A little variation that I've been using because the one I had been using previously for that activity wasn't really working that well. So it's time to try something different, mix it up, right? So we'll share that. And then tomorrow afternoon, we have a bonus session on specifically how you can use a really cool software and technology to take more listings right now for sale by owners, expireds, even home value leads, etc. It's a great tool to use. It's very inexpensive, and it will help you take more listings right now.
And along those lines, I've got Expirematics scrolling on the bottom, just a plug here. Expirematics built on top of thanks.io. I'm seeing the scan rates and the numbers. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
The bonus session today, Soledad, is right after. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern. But again, we're recording it. It may take us a couple of hours to get the recording up. But if you miss the live, you'll be able to immediately access the recording at nonqmclass.com, nonqmclass.com. And if you can't find it, just comment below or email Mike at Grow with Josh, things of that nature. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, we don't have enough likes on the YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, please just do it for us. Thank you. If you liked any of this, just give us a like.
We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as fast as possible, and we're making progress, but we're both very impatient. Very impatient. So help us get there. Share, tag your office mate, tag your referral partner. I didn't even share. I had a win this weekend. I got a random referral yesterday, a random listing referral yesterday from an EXP agent in Montana.
Awesome.
So I don't know what that means other than, let's connect.
I had a dream about Montana. This is weird. I don't know. Dreams are vague, but Montana was on my mind. That's really strange, Josh. All right.
Well, hey, listen. Happy birthday to Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
Come on back tomorrow. Texting Tuesday. We'll hope to see you then.